stage. Good evening, Peter. Well, Peter and I go back to 1967. That's 51 years. There's pictures of somewhere. Well, let's see. Oh, yeah. So, 50 years ago, the Steve Miller Band went to London to record our first album called Children of the Future. And when we got there, we went to a studio called Olympic Studios, and it turned out to be a really, really great place. It was a place where The Who recorded all their tunes, and the Rolling Stones were working there, and Procol Harum was there, and Jimmy Page was kind of hanging out doing session work with this other guy, Peter Frampton. And they were doing session work. They'd be coming in and they'd do sessions for Johnny Holiday. He'd come over from Paris and cut rock records. And Peter was in a band called The Herd. And, very, very popular band. And then he formed a new band, and he formed Humble Pie. He has the t-shirt on tonight. And the great thing was, here I grew up in Texas, you know, with Freddie King and Lightning Hopkins and Bobby Blue Bland and people like that, and Ray Sharp. And played blues all my life, and I got to London, and here were these kids playing really, really great blues, and Peter just knocked my socks off. He was great. We became friends. And a few years later, just a couple of years later, he came over to the States to start touring with his new band, and he joined forces with us. And we played all the vaudeville halls in America. We played every Paramount theater there was. And, you know, it was early in our careers, and we got to jam a lot and play a lot. And as time went on, we both got successful thanks to all of you. We had some really big hits and some great records. Thank you very much. And I actually remember what happened to me, and I'm sure this happened to you people, like in 1976, Fly Like an Eagle came out. Yeah! And the Joker had already been released in 73, so I had been around. And we started playing, when we started the year in 1976, we were playing little theaters. And then we moved to big arenas, and Atlanta was the first big arena we came to play. It's the Omni. I think it was kind of brand new. And this was my first big production, and I had a laser. Wow, a laser on the back of the stage. I've never told you this story. So. In those days, the lasers weren't in little pocket pens. This was a huge laser. There was this giant machine in the back that had to have 60 gallons of water a minute to keep it cool. I'm not kidding. And of course, we had a hippie running it. You know? He was high on everything, running the laser. Did he develop it? Almost. So. Of course, when you have a laser, you have to have a lot of smoke or dry ice or something so you can see the laser in the air. And this guy hooked up the dry ice machine about 3:30 in the afternoon and forgot to turn it off. So the very first big production number I was ever going to do, I had this laser, and it was going to come out from the back of the stage, and it was going to go up and hit the beams here, come down on the floor, and then split into 64 beams and shoot out over the audience. And I had a little pedal here and another mirror up here, and it put like 64 beams of light around me that were to spin like this when I hit the pedal. Well, I hit the pedal, the smoke machine went off, and the pressure hadn't been released for 5 hours. And the hose broke loose, and I thought it was going to kill me. I thought it was going to freeze my lungs. I couldn't see anything. I had vertigo, I was falling over. So that was how it started, you know. And we went from that to football stadiums that same year. Peter, you know, man, you played a bunch of football stadiums together, where, you know, it was like 89,000 people, and you were so good at it, man. How did you get so good at it?
It was just, you do, like when you go to the arenas, you get used to, I remember the first time I stood at a sound check with Humble Pie, actually, in Madison Square Garden. Now that's 22,000 people. So now we're talking about, you know, between 30 and, like you say, 90,000 people.
Four times.
Yeah, so it's nerve-wracking, to say the least. You look out there and you see all these people, and you just have to make, there were no screens in those days, so we were like this big, you know? And so you had to make real big movements. I used to jump off the piano. Sorry, Joseph, but I might be over there later.
Well, we got to play together, and we got to play together a lot, and when we finally got a chance to tour again last year, we joined forces, and we did 42 cities last year. We're doing 34 cities this year for 76 cities so far, and it's really been great. And we got to jam, and we're gonna cut the chit chat now. We're gonna start playing some music for you. And we're gonna do a couple blues tunes for you. You guys know where the blues comes from. It comes from the Delta. And it started off, it was acoustic. You know, Robert Johnson was playing an acoustic guitar, and then Muddy Waters was playing an acoustic guitar, but then he went to Chicago and started playing an electric guitar. And like Muddy said, the blues had a baby and it was rock and roll. So we're going to show you how that works. We're going to do some Delta tunes electrically for your music and dining pleasure. We're going to start off with a great tune. Don Nix recorded it, Memphis Soul writer, great songwriter. Freddie King recorded it. Peter's going to do it for you right now. It's called The Same Old Blues.